Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. These mini series are because of these earrings that I found in my little shop, and I just went a bit bonkers, I think. I really like them. I think they're from like Tibet, or at least Tibetan style, and I made 4 things. So this necklace that you might have seen. So now let's start with this bracelet. So I really wanted to make another one of those big bracelets, but I did need a bead loom that was a lot bigger than the one I had. I have a really small children's one and I just struggled so much to make it long enough. So I bought a new one, and I bought some stuff to close the the bracelets as well, and then some beads that I can't wait to share with you. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Alright, so that's the closures. I've never worked with this type of closure, but they seemed really nice. So we have all different sizes. I wanted different colors as well, and the idea is to fit in one bead inside there, and then you close it up with all your one beads right there. You close it up and you just close a little bit this, and it looks pretty cool. And then of course you put your little closure thing. So I'm quite happy with this. I can't wait to try, because I just made a mess when I did mine. I didn't have anything specific, so it was pretty bad. Anyways, and then this is the loom. Oh, it's so big. Definitely long enough for my poignet. All right, this is great. Okay, it says how to use it, so that's pretty cool. And then, I can't wait. And this is honestly really simple. It's just a piece of wood. Honestly, you can do it with cardboard. You don't have to buy something to make a loom of beads. But for me, I was thinking of making more, like quite a few. So I wanted something quite strong and nice. So, but you can use anything to make a bead loom. And then for the beads, so I bought these at Creavia, which is a French website, and I got 3 types. You know, I love my natural stones and woods and everything, so I really wanted to make a bracelet that was going to be 100% natural, with like woods and stone and glass. And what are these? Seeds. Yeah, 100% natural. And I really wanted some specific colors, so I didn't want to buy just those specific colors because I thought it would be too much. So I just prayed that I have enough of these colors to make my bracelets. And the prices are, so this is semi-precious apparently, and the big ones are €7. It's 7 millimeters. The 5 or 6 millimeters one are €5-6, and the tiny ones, there's 200 of them, and it's €6.70. This is 100 and 100 there. And the idea for this bracelet is to go with my earrings. So I got these earrings and I love them. They're very Tibetan-like. I don't know if they come from Tibet. There is absolutely nothing on them. I do wear them a lot, and I really thought of having a bracelet with the same color scheme would be really cool. And I went a little bit overboard. I also made this. and I love it so much. So this is my new fanny pack or banana bag or whatever bag you want to call it. And I also made this little jewelry for my bag. So there's the videos in the playlist and on my channel on YouTube, so you can check them all out. And now the idea is to make a bracelet to go with this entire color scheme. Don't hesitate to go ahead and check out my videos. I would love a comment if you have already seen them. It makes me so happy. And now the first step with this is not to set it up, it's to choose your beads. So I'm first going to clean up my desk because it's a mess. I'm going to choose all my beads and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so my prep work is done here. I think I have 4 colors. So there's the red, the blue, the silver, and the naturals, browns and stuff. I've prepared like skewers, I guess. I find it really much easier for me to focus and prepare when it's like this. So this is my own type of working. You don't have to do it like this, but I quite like it. So I'm gonna show you how it works. Just put this away right here. Then we have our little loom, bead loom. This is the size of my wrist. So I'm just gonna put a little knot here to remember. I think it's there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I had an epiphany. Oops, like a pretty good idea. I thought I could use elastics so that I didn't have to open it and close it. I could just put it on. And I thought it was a pretty good idea. So I'm gonna start with that. So I'm just gonna start with the first elastic right here. And the good thing about this is that the only elastic part is these ones here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little threads, and these are the ones that need to be elastic, and the other ones are fine as they are. So I'm just gonna attach this. Okay, this is my first thread there. And then I want for, how do you know the size that you need between each row? All right, then I'm gonna grab the biggest beads that I am planning on putting here, and I'm going to put my thread around there. So that's 3 holes. I'm just gonna put it there. So I'm just gonna attach it here, I think. Like this. Up. So that's 3 right there. 3 right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And then another one. Like this, and make 1 more right here. Okay, and then we need to attach this. So I'm just gonna make a knot. Like this, and pull it through. That's it. Okay, and then my idea with the skewers, I like it to be kind of like a bit everywhere, you know. I don't like it if it's all the same, so I will put like one blue around here and the other one around here like this. They're pretty well distance from each other. So I will start with all the big ones, usually, well, the blue ones. Keep in mind that there's this distance here. If it's like the whole way around your wrist, it's just coming back. So around here, it starts here, back again. So you do need this space over here. Something to keep in mind. Okay, then what do we have? The big ones. Can you see my, yeah. I really like these. I really want to use them. But as you can see, they're pretty small. Might need another little bead to just, you know, add stuff in the middle. But I quite like them there. I might just add something like this. And then I have this. It's pretty cool. I think I'll just go something like this. Okay, then I have silver, big silver ones. Well, they're not that big, but quite like them. And this is not fitting. So I might just do something like this and put some smaller beads in between. Okay, and then we have some red. And this is the part where you think like, oh, I don't like this so much. I'm not gonna put it on. Where are my earrings? Has to go well with it. So these ones I'm not so sure. I think they're a bit too bright. Oh, it's a mess. I don't know how to put them well so they don't fall apart. Okay, I'm not a fan of these ones. It's too much. But I am a fan of these ones. I think they're pretty cool. Not sure about these ones as well. How's it looking? I'm pretty happy about it. And then I'm gonna fill it up with loads of smaller beads a bit everywhere. Like light brown ones, I want them a little bit everywhere. So I'm just going to put this over here so I know the order. And then I'm just going to start working. I'm putting everything where it's supposed to go. Okay, so I would like to put these. And now I just want to start. So for this, I'm going to use nylon thread. I've used other stuff before and it hasn't worked out. Like the bracelet I've shown you, I used just some thread to sew and it broke like a few times. I had to repair it a few times. So I'm going to remake it, but I'm going to use nylon thread. So I'm using this one. It's really, really thin. I think it's nylon thread for sewing. I have no idea where I got it from. It was actually a present. And I'm using my very, very thin beading needle. This is quite important to have one for this. The thread is transparent, so it's really not easy to do this. All right. Now, I'm gonna start by making a knot right here. I'm keeping quite a lot of string so that I can put it back into the bracelet after. Then I'm going to start with my first layer, and I'm gonna start with some blue beads like these. For this, I'm gonna need well, this looks pretty perfect. So that's 4, 4, 4. Since, you know, the holes are pretty big, I have to put 4 beads in each hole for it to match the size here of our pretty big beads. So this is something I'm going to keep doing. And of course, all the beads are different sizes, in my case anyways. So I always have to be careful. And this is why I like these skewers, so I can actually check the number of beads and stuff. And yeah, that's how that's how I roll. So I'm just grabbing all the beads here in my hand, and I'm just going to pass through with my beading needle. All right, now you want to go underneath, and you need to put, let me zoom in. So I'm going to put 4 beads everywhere. This one is extra, so I'm just going to remove it like this. And then when all the beads are where they should be, you just push them up. It's not easy with the elastic. Okay, push them up, and then you just go back, but this time you go over the thread. So this is why you need a beading needle, otherwise you're going to suffer. And this is also why you need patience, I guess. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyways, here, that's our first bead done. I'm going to make another knot just to make sure this never moves ever again. And I will put a little bit of super glue in here as well. And now I'm just going to work my way up and continue making the entire bracelet. So I'm just going underneath, pulling it up like this, passing through the beads again, above. And that's it. It's not complicated. You don't need to know much more than this. And then you just need to keep working and keep adding stuff. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to add beads little by little and a lot of small ones in between big ones. And I've run out of things to say. And every time I just check if it's right or wrong. Sometimes, you know, it's okay if your beads are larger. It's okay to put 3 in the middle and 4 on each side, or the opposite. You know, it's just whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think these beads are a bit larger than the blue ones. So I think I'm gonna do 3 rather than 4. I'm going to use the big ones and not the small ones here at the back. So I'm just gonna grab here all the big ones up and then use my needle and pass through them like this, and then go underneath like this. Up, and then it's 3 and 3. There. And from time to time, I'm just going to make a little knot at the end, because that kind of saved me with my other bracelet. I didn't want stuff to break, and I think this thread is nice and strong, but you know, it's so thin. I can't be 100% sure that it's not gonna break. So I'm going to be making some knots here and there so that when one of the strands breaks, it doesn't kill my entire bracelet, just like a couple of strands of beads. So now I'm just going to continue making the bracelet and using my little skewers to make sure I like where I'm going. Of course, I can just change my mind a million times and you can decide not to use some of the skewers that you've decided at the beginning. It really doesn't matter. This is your bracelet, so do whatever you like. The important part is that you like your own bracelet at the end. One thing I will say is make sure you keep the same width of your bracelet. This is quite hard to do, but there are people who play along with that and it's really, really pretty. So sometimes the bracelet will kind of look like a wave and it's really beautiful, and they use the fact that some of the beads are sometimes thinner than other ones. So anything is fine, just do whatever you like to do. So here we are a couple of hours later. Yeah, it did take me a while. I'm pretty happy with the result. There was a part over here that I didn't like with these beads, so I just removed them. And since I put some knots a bit everywhere, not everything came out. So I just redid the part that was before the knot. I checked the length and I think we're pretty good. Like this, yeah, I think it's good. And I'm pretty happy with the transition from one side to the other because there's no blue here and there's quite a lot of blue here. So I think I like it like this. So now it's time to polish, finish, and wrap it up. So I've got all these strings here. I'm not sure I told you how to change thread when you run out of thread. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. Basically the same way that you added the first thread. So you just take your thread, make a knot, go inside and outside, and that's it. That's how you do it. To strengthen the bond, you can also just attach it with a knot to the thread that was there before. And one thing I've been doing as well, when I have a really big beads like these ones, I'm always a bit afraid that they're so big that they're going to break my threads. So I've just been going twice inside just to strengthen again the link. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some super glue just to glue in these little knots that I've made with the nylon thread. I'm almost out of super glue. I hope it's enough. And I hope there is still some left in there. Let's also finish this off. So again, to finish it, you just make a knot like this, and then little drop of glue right there. Got another little one here and one right here. I'm trying not to heat the string because it's an elastic string and I don't want to damage the elasticity. All right, that's it. Once this is done, the idea is to just give it another little knot over the glue. This thread is so thin, I really don't know if you can see anything. If you can't, I apologize. It's so tiny. It's like a hair, and it's like a blonde hair as well. Oh, also I have social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and a little bit on TikTok. So if you want, don't hesitate to follow me on those platforms so that you can see some of the, well, more stuff that I don't necessarily share on YouTube. Like day-to-day stuff. Okay, and now it's time to cut off the threads. I've got my little bin here. Another thing you can do if you use nylon like me is to just melt the tips over here on the sides of the little threads that you cut. Okay, so I will do that later. For now, I want to check that it fits and that I like it on my hand, and I'd like to see it a little bit better on me before doing that. Look at this! Okay, does it need maybe one more? I think it needs 2 more rows of beads. So it's good that I didn't cut everything off. So I'm just gonna put it back somehow. Something like this. And now I'm just gonna add 2 missing rows. I think I'm going to go with this and some more blue. Oh, the silver on the other side, it should be quite nice. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just gonna add a new thread again. So this time I can show you for real. I'm just going to grab it like this, make a knot, and make another one. Done. Then I have my needle. These are not heavy, they're wood, but they're pretty big. So I want to just do it again. To make sure nothing moves. And I'm going to make a knot here to secure this for sure. There. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pass a couple more times. Well, just one more time up and one more time underneath. There we go. Nice. And then the blue ones. And you might have noticed that I did it, I put them on top, the red ones, instead of putting them underneath, which is not what I do usually, but these beads are so big that I don't think it matters too much. All right, here we go. One last time and one last knot. Yeah, since my other bracelet broke, I just keep making knots everywhere for security. hate it when this happens. Just broken on my finger. Okay. And now the last knot on top of the glue, and we are done. And since I've used elastics, I should be able to remove it with no problem, but I don't know how I'm going to attach these by myself, but the elastic is working. It is quite visible, the black. Maybe an elastic like another color might have been nicer, or transparent, in case you don't like it like this. I'm okay with it. Or brown, maybe, like light brown, that would have been nice. But it's okay, you know, I think it's a first time making one of these like this with elastics, and I think it looks pretty good with my earrings and my little bag. So for this, since it should be fine, I'm gonna try to just make knots myself. So this one with this one. The best thing, you know, would be to hide the knots inside a bead. That would be so awesome. Let me just see first if it works fine. This is so great. I never thought about putting elastics like this. This is great. And then I'm just going to cut up the threads. And it is done. If you want, you can do the fire thing, just to melt down everything that's needed. I left a little bit of thread, like really like tiny little bit of thread, just in case the knot comes out. I can just put it back. I will put a little bit of super glue, I think, on top of the knots, but otherwise I am pretty happy with the result. What do you think? I really hope you like it. I hope you like this little video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content, and if you want to support my channel with your likes and your comments, of course, if you have anything to say. And I will see you really soon in the next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Bye.